Can you hear that?
What have we done? Shh.
Starvation, slaughter and phantoms await the most haunted team in Aberdeenshire. Hello and welcome to Most Haunted. Hideous moans, groans and tearful cries shriek around this Highland home. Add these eerie sensations to nauseous feelings of oppression and a number of roaming ghosts, and you'll see why I had to bring you to Fyvie Castle. This ancient home can be found 26 miles north of Aberdeen, and at 795 years of age, it promises a whole host of history. The castle's original timber frame made way for the 14th century style fortress that we see today. And a thoughtful design it was too. Surrounding hills, river and bogland meant that the only feasible direction of attack came from the south. And that of course meant those old foes, the English. Fyvie then spent several centuries passing through a succession of family hands until its eventual sale to the National Trust of Scotland in 1982.
Fyvie Castle, it's absolutely incredible. It's got ghosts, it's got myths, it's got legends, and it's absolutely steeped in Scottish history. William the Lion, Alexander II, Robert the Bruce, Edward I, all stayed here and hunted from this place. King Charles I lived here as a young boy.
The morning room with its beautiful decor hides a gruesome secret. In the 1800s, the fireplace to the room used to be in this position. It was then taken down and moved over here. It was then that they discovered the skeleton of a young child, and ever since then the cries of a young baby have been heard in this room and throughout the whole of the castle.
And also there's a malevolent spirit which they believe to be the ghost of the mother that still wanders along the corridors, searching for her murdered baby.
The smell of roses often permeates through the Gordon bedroom for no reason, and the ghost of the Green Lady, thought to be Lilias, has been seen many times by a variety of different people. Many people stand aside as if somebody has walked past them when there's nobody else in the room, and some staff members absolutely refuse to enter here. And in the adjacent dressing room there is another strange story. It never heats up. It's absolutely freezing in here, despite efforts to make it warmer. It's the coldest room in the whole of the castle. But why? Well, many of the staff believe that Lilias still lives in this room 400 years after her tragic death. This is the Douglas bedroom, or murder room, where Lilias was barbarically starved to death. There are stains on the floor that are believed to be the blood from her family who tried to rescue her. Many people, when they enter the room, have an overwhelming feeling of sadness, and some people have felt faint and sick. Below the charter room is a secret chamber that is said to be cursed. If a laird tries to open it, they will die and their wife will suffer from blindness. And that is exactly what happened to two of the lairds. They tried to open it and failed and died shortly afterwards. And both their wives suffered from eye irritations. One of them, shortly afterwards, did in fact go blind. Is this really a curse or just a remarkable coincidence? One thing's for sure, the castle take it so seriously that they wouldn't let us, the Most Haunted crew, try to open up the secret chamber. It just adds to one of the many mysteries surrounding Fyvie Castle.
So here we are in what I would say is one of the most haunted castles in Scotland, and I reckon that we're in for it tonight, or at least I hope so.
Also joining us in the Scottish Highlands is Louis Sava. But what does our sceptical parapsychologist expect to see tonight?
Fyvie Castle is probably one of the most beautiful places that I've ever been to. But what do you think is going to happen tonight here at the castle, and what sort of things excite you about the place?
Sure, well, I'm expecting this to have similar kind of phenomena we experience week after week, raps, and hopefully apparitions, so we'll see.
What do you think is going to happen here tonight to the crew?
Well, this is a large old castle with a lot of myth surrounding it, so I'd expect them to experience the whole remit of ghostly phenomena, including the raps and the cold spots that we always experience. I'm not saying they're going to be caused by any kind of real apparitions, but we'll wait and see.
And with spiritualist mediums Derek Okora and David Wells also now on site, we could test our resolve as we spend 24 hours in the isolated and haunted confines of Fyvie Castle.
So does anything strike you as soon as you come?
Well, just as we walked through the door,
yeah,
it get me across the solar plexus. It seems here that I'm getting this feeling of like a man and a woman, and the man's shouting at the woman, and I feel this is from the residual energy. I've got like a depraved mind, and that is linked with a man. And I feel he walks here. He comes in from past memory, and you know, oh, it's horrible feeling this, Fyvie. It's like, you know, it's sickening. It's like he gets the young lady, and he gets her into such a position, and nothing short of just absolute.
What do you mean he gets her into position? In what way?
I feel this man bodily raped this young lady.
So, are you picking up on who he was? Did he live here, or was he just visiting this particular house?
No, he had something very strongly to do with what, Sam? Say it again. He was the laird. The laird. And who's the lady? Was she a maid? What? She was his daughter. What I've just seen him doing.
Tell us what time period this would have been.
It's gone back to maybe the late 14 going into the... it's probably in between the 14th, 1500s. And he's wanting to... He goes around this castle and he's ranting and raving. It's like a replay of what he's done. And he smashed his wife down.
What, he's filled with remorse and guilt, or is he still
No, he's still angered.
angry?
A nasty soul, Fyvie. A depraved soul, a depraved mind. And, you know, Mr. Big Cheese of his day, he run this place. He can do anything he wants to do. Oh.
What? What are you pointing
Can we
at?
just go a little bit closer?
Yes, sure.
He raped his daughter here in front of his wife. And the screaming and the shouting, the mother, love, couldn't stand it. He beat her. This is going to really hurt you and sicken you, but forgive me if I say it, but where this fireplace is here, behind there, it's like as if I saw a replay of him dragging the physical remains and placing the lady, that's his wife, behind here.
So not his daughter that he raped?
No.
You're talking about his wife, and he's buried her remains behind the fireplace?
Behind there.
Definitely behind the fireplace?
Behind there.
Okay.
He's slain his own daughter as well. He's killed the two of them.
At the same time?
I feel one after the other.
In the same time period?
Yes,
sort of within
absolutely.
Weeks,
I
days, months?
I feel it could be within a matter of, because what comes to mind here, a period of that could be three days, 3 weeks. I feel people would probably classify him in his day, or think he went away to gain experience of the dark arts. He comes back here. He's stronger, and you know, I feel it was round this raging that he thought, I can do this, I can do it. I'm going to slaughter my own daughter, I slaughter my wife, I can rape, I can pillage, I can do anything. And you know, he's a warlock. Take it off me, take it off me. You don't have to do that to me.
Who's this?
Okay, Alexander Seaton. Alexander Seaton comes here.
Is this the laird?
Is that the laird? He's one of the lairds. I can hear the voice as well.
Ask him if you can contact him. Ask him what year he was here. Ask him.
1485.
1485.
No.
Alexander Seaton was indeed a former laird of this Highland manor, but he lived between 1555 and 1622. He did have several children, including daughters, as a result of his 3 marriages. This had provided a shocking insight into Fyvie and an early reminder that this may well be a home to a hideous and hidden past. But how many other skeletons would we discover as the night wore on?
Don't like it. Don't honestly. Shut up. Shut up.